Morning to everyone. On behalf of the Indian School, I, Navneet Shergill, extend a warm welcome to all our esteemed guests at this momentous event hosted by the Indian School in collaboration with Expressions India and sponsored by the Indian Red Cross Society. The Indian school has always been an active participant in lending support to social causes. The school has taken up life skill training for students with utmost sincerity. Multiple initiatives and school wellness. Our event sponsor, the Indian Red Cross, with over 1,100 branches nationwide, is a humanitarian organization dedicated to inspiring and encouraging charitable activities to minimize and prevent human suffering. Today, we gather with a shared vision to empower our adolescents and promote a drug-free world that fosters their health and well-being. Our mission is clear: to create a safe and supportive environment where our young minds can flourish and reach their full potential. We begin the ceremony by seeking the blessings of Goddess Saraswati with the Indian School Choir's rendition of Saraswati Vandana. Branch for organizing this prestigious event. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let us give a huge round of applause in appreciation of their unstinted support and effort that has gone into making this morning happen. Thank you. This event on prevention of substance abuse has had the unstinted support of the Red Cross Society, and constant guidance has really enriched us in preparing for this event. We thank you, ma'am, and the members of the Red Cross Society. The commencement of our gathering today is marked by a cherished tradition, the lighting of the lamp. This ritual, steeped in profound symbolism, represents our ascent from ignorance to knowledge and the power of light over darkness. May I request our esteemed guests to light the ceremonial lamp and officially commence the event. Witnessing the lamp being lit may it inspire us all. The flame defies gravity, standing as a symbol of our quest for knowledge, upliftment, and the resolve to rise above all challenges. Thank you to our distinguished guests for leading this auspicious beginning to our collective noble endeavor. It is with great pleasure and honor that I extend an invitation to our respected principal, Ms. Tanya Joshi, to address the August gathering.
A very happy morning to all of you. We have stopped saying good morning and we try to say happy morning so that it's really happy. And I hope all of you who are sitting here have had a happy start to this morning by the various events that you have just been a very, very active participant. And again, thanks to Red Cross, thanks to actually ma'am, Sangeeta ma'am and Isha ma'am who have made this day absolute reality for us. So I extend a very, very warm welcome to each one of you who is present here. This school was started by Mr. Buradia, who was a former MP and had very humble beginnings in Gujarat. And his vision was actually to make each citizen an educated citizen. We have various kinds of programs which are happening in our school. That is his vision. I won't take any time to discuss that. But today, the number of schools who have come in math, just for your knowledge, Mothers International, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, SOS Andrewsganj, the Indian school, both the shifts, Sarvodaya Co-ed Vidyalaya, the Tagore International East of Kailash, Tagore International Basant Vihar, Kautilya Government Sarvodaya Bal Vidyalaya, Government Sarvodaya Co-ed Vidyalaya, Basant Valley C Block Defense Colony School, ITL Public School, Government Boys Senior Secondary School, Government Co-ed Lajpatnagar, Government Girls Senior Secondary School, and Bluebell International School. So we take this opportunity in once again extending a very warm welcome to you. And I welcome all the guests who are present on the dais. Srimati Sangeeta Saxena ji, Ms. Isha Khosla, Lieutenant General Sani, Dr. Jitendra Nagpal, Ms. Seema Jose, Shri R.N. Singh, Shri Jay Prakash, and Dr. Jitendra. It is with great pleasure and honor that I extend an invitation to our, this already has been said. On this momentous occasion, we are honored to have amongst us our distinguished chief guest, Srimati Sangeeta Saxena ji, the Vice President of the Indian Red Cross Society, and I know she has her own stand, but she is also the wife of our Honorable LG of Delhi. So, Shri Vinay Kumar Saxena ji, I request Mrs. Binda Shaw, the chairperson of the school managing committee, to present the guest with it's just a token of our affection, ma'am, to you. Ma'am, these products are made by the students of the school.
Thank you, ma'am. Our guest of honor for the event is Ms. Isha Khosla, an IAS officer of the 2011 batch at Mutkago. Ma'am is currently working as a district magistrate Southeast. She is also looking after the charge of Special Inspector General of Registration and Secretary, Red Cross Society. Earlier, she served Earlier, she served the government of Arunachal Pradesh and Goa, and her previous posting was Secretary NDMC. Both at work and in her personal life, she is trying to make people's lives better. I invite our Vice Principal, Dr. Anu Singh, to felicitate our esteemed guest of honor. Thank you, ma'am. We are equally privileged to have Lieutenant General Arun Kumar Sahani, Padma Vashisht Seva Medal, Uttam Yudh Seva Medal, Sena Medal, and Vashisht Seva Medal. A distinguished veteran and acclaimed motivational speaker, grace us with his presence. Lieutenant General Arun Sahni, superannuated as GOC in C, Southwestern Command. A high achiever, he was conferred with the Sword of Honor and President's Gold Medal for standing first in order of merit on his commissioning into the Indian Army. General Sahni is chairman of the International Award for Young People, Duke of Edinburgh Award Program. He is on the managing board of two reputed private schools in Delhi and a university in Jaipur. He is also a distinguished fellow with two premier military think tanks in Delhi, and he mentors startups in the domains of cyber, robotics, and AI. Thank you, sir. I invite Ms. Vandana Tiwari, head teacher, to felicitate our eminent guest, Ms. Seema Jose, treasurer. We welcome you, ma'am. I request Ms. Tiwari to felicitate Shri R.N. Singh, IPS, Director Vigilance, NDMC. We welcome you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. I now invite Ms. Sheeta Menon, headmistress of the second shift school, to facilitate Shri Jay Prakash Tomar, non-official member, ICRS, Dr. Jitendra Arora, non-official member, ICRS, and Shri V.K. Prasad, IAS retired, non-official member, Indian Red Cross Society. Indian, thanks. My apologies. Thank you, ma'am. It is my honor and privilege to invite our esteemed guest of honor, Ms. Isha Khosla, to deliver the keynote address.
A very happy morning to all of you. As our principal ma'am has said, that we should say happy morning because it should be happy for all of us. I respected the Vice President and Chairperson of the Indian Red Cross Society Delhi branch, Sangeeta Saxena ma'am, and our today's motivational speaker, Lieutenant General, our host school, Indian school, Chairman of the host school, Ms. Rock, our managing body members, Komarji, Dr. Jitendra Arora, Shri B.K. Prasad sir, Tina Jones, Anand Singh, and my dear students, and all the school fraternity present here. Today it is a very happy moment for all of us because today our event is getting live streamed in all the schools of Delhi. So whatever the students are doing here, all over the Delhi, the students are watching it, they are getting motivated by it. And today we are very honored to have you because it is a great motivation for all the students to listen from you, and your presence has made them really enthusiastic. As we have seen the paintings which they were doing and other competitions which you are doing. Indian Red Cross Society has started this drug abuse program in 2017. So in 2017, as you all know, that the Red Cross Society was basically it was initiated by Henry Dunant to prevent and to reduce the suffering of the human beings. So it was at that time wars were going on. But in today's scenario, the Red Cross Society has, with the changing scenario, it has changed its ideas, but the mission is same to reduce the human suffering. So nowadays we all know that the society is struggling with war against drugs. So we have started this program. So we thought that let us start this war against drug and make our society a drug-free society. And nothing can be much more effective than making our students aware so that they themselves are not, don't fall prey to this drug abuse, and they help their colleagues, their neighbors, their parents, their relatives to come out of it. So through this program, we are trying to motivate you. We are trying to make you aware that what are the harmful effects of drugs. We all know you must be reading in your science books also. Your teachers must be telling you also. But sometimes due to peer pressure or due to certain other things like due to anxiety, due to exam pressure, due to emotional down, we take course of these drugs and we think that we get out of it wherever we want it. But we all should be aware that drugs, once we take them, then we become their slave. You won't be able to get rid of them unless drug want to get rid of you. And it is a very sad way of drug get rid of you in a very sad way, either giving you a very deadly illness or leading to mortality. So we thought that Indian Red Cross Society with a mission to help the human mankind, we should start this program. And from today, we are planning to increase our scope. We will go to all of the schools. So this is the first school. I'm very thankful to Indian School for organizing it so well and getting it live streamed in all other schools also. And with our esteemed the managing body members and our vice president and chairman, I hope students will be motivated. Just now we saw the paintings which our students are doing, the slogans they were writing. They're so creative and so meaningful slogans that all the students have written. We hope these slogans will get, this message will be spread all across the society, not only in Delhi, but throughout our country, because you are our future. So what we'll do is we'll try to put your paintings on our website so that your paintings people will be able to see. We'll put your video clips of your Nukkad Nataks on your website so that not only your school or not only this school, which is a host school, all other schools get benefit from it. Today we have with us a motivational speaker. We thought this should because when we were studying in school, we used to get motivated or influenced by so many things around. Sometimes consciously, sometimes unconsciously. So our motivational speaker will definitely help you to how to train your minds. Basically, we have to train our mind to do the things which are right for us and right for the society. And without taking much of the time, so that you get into the field of the programs, I once again thank our Honorable Vice President and Chairperson and Indian School also for organizing this event so beautifully. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for your inspiring words. I am sure they shall linger on in our memories even after the program gets over. May I now request our esteemed guests to please take their seats in the audience. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Program, the brainchild of Mrs. Madhvi Diwan, the ex-additional Solicitor General and a member of the School Management Committee to foster leadership qualities and responsible global citizenship among its students. Making our children aware at its very rudimentary level about their responsibilities and duties as citizens, future citizens of the country. The program educates children about their rights and responsibilities, highlighting, I apologize, their rights and responsibilities as future citizens. Our school head boy, Manan Kakkar, will now share a brief presentation highlighting the program's achievements over the years. Over to you, Manan.
Thank you, ma'am. I would now like to take this opportunity to give a brief overview via presentation of our school's esteemed citizenship program. In November 2010, the Indian school undertook this new initiative to make children aware about their rights and responsibilities as future citizens of our country. We try to empower young citizens with life skills which will take them beyond academic milestones and lay a foundation for inculcating compassion, commitment, respect, and resourcefulness. Right. The citizenship program is governed by a pledge that students take. This pledge requires students to, in its essence, commit to all the responsibilities and duties of a good citizen. We strongly believe that a good school is not merely a passport to a good college or a handsomely paid job. Education is not just about academic excellence or the attainment of individual aspirations. It is about sensitizing students to the society they live in. In this slide, you can see some of the awareness campaigns organized by the school. These campaigns contain nukkad nataks like the ones you will see today, as well as poster making, essay writing, etc., on a range of topics, including drug abuse, pollution, climate change, and several other important issues plaguing humanity today. As part of the citizenship program, students engage in Shramdal. Students support outreach projects of the citizenship program, not with the help of donations, but students make handmade soaps, diyas, and a variety of crafts, just like the ones the judges and the dignitaries were presented with today. These donations are then used to sponsor various organizations that support surgeries for the handicapped or wheelchairs for the elderly, etc. The school also engages in activities with nearby NCD schools as part of a community outreach. The Indian school has adopted a nearby municipal school where workshops are conducted on a regular basis by our students to create awareness on issues such as physical fitness, yoga, oral hygiene, and nutrition. This slide shows our adoption of the defense colony market for a cleanliness campaign. Our school participated in campaigns in the market and felicitated the MCT workers. We also donated multiple dustbins to the market. In this program, we also lay special emphasis on folk fitness and highlight the need to stay fit and healthy all throughout one's life. Spot fixing. In this activity, students identify public places in the proximity of the school that require cleaning up. They clean, paint, and beautify these places, which is a wonderful activity. This presentation just gives a short glimpse into this vast, extensive, and extremely prestigious program hosted by our school, with the vision that it will be further adopted by schools all across the nation. Thank you.
Thank you, Manan. With a vision to make India drug-free, Nasha Mukt Bharat Abhiyan was launched on 15th August 2020 by the Government of India. Since its launch, a wide range of activities have been conducted throughout the country that have fostered participation from all quarters of society and stakeholders. We welcome the Nukkad Natak performers from the Indian school who will present an impactful portrayal of temptation, choice, and the insidious grasp of addiction, a subject that particularly resonates with our youth. The message conveyed is unequivocal and resonant. Make the right choice, saying a firm no is the path to a Nasha Mukti Bharat.
एक किस्सा सुनाने आई है जो है गम से भरा जिसने नशा है किया उसने सब गवा दिया
हम करने आए हैं आपको सोचने पर मजबूर किस तरह एक बुरी लत के कारण हमारे कुछ अपने ही हो रहे हैं अपनों से दूर Sure, let's go.
जो तेरी देखी शराबी ये दिल हो गया संभालो इसको नशे के प्यारो समझना मुश्किल हो गया तुम्हारी जान मेरे नशों का ये तेरा कातिल हो गया संभालो इसको नशे के प्यारो समझना मुश्किल हो गया प्रेम से भरी मुस्कान कठिनाइयों का सहारा माता पिता के साथ बिताए हर लम्हे में ही है जीवन सारा
भारी होता जा रहा है सोशल एक्सपेक्टेशंस का भार नशा बना इससे बचने का हथियार क्यों करना वार उस मासूम की जमीन पर होना चाहिए काली जमीन पर
तू एक डिसअपॉइंटमेंट है यू आर अ फेलियर यू आर वर्थलेस
You are useless. तो कुछ नहीं कर सकती
You will always be average.
बस स्पोर्ट्स में अच्छी ना कैटरिंग में करेगी क्या तू
बस प्लीज स्टॉप इट, चुप हो जाओ प्लीज. नो आई कांट टेक इट एनीमोर. प्लीज प्लीज मुझे एक पल के लिए तो जीने दो प्लीज.
मन के जीने एक पल तो हमें जीने दो सारी उम्र मन के जीने एक पल तो हमें जीने दो
प्लीज प्लीज हेल्प मी, प्लीज हेल्प मी, प्लीज कोई तो मेरी मदद करो प्लीज. आई बेग यू प्लीज मेरी हेल्प कर दो प्लीज. प्लीज हेल्प मी, आई नीड हेल्प प्लीज समवन.
अरे क्या हो गया उठ तू मुझ पे भरोसा करती है मैं हेल्प करती हूँ ना तेरी ये ट्राई कर बहुत अच्छा लगेगा ये क्या है अरे ट्राई तो कर बहुत अच्छा लगेगा कैसा लग रहा है
बहुत अच्छा, एकदम ऐसे जैसे
आज मैं ऊपर आसमान नीचे आज मैं आगे जमाना है पीछे
जरा सा झूम लूं मैं,
अरे नारे नारे ना
जरा सा घूम लूं मैं.
अरे नारे नारे ना
देखो मेरे एक हाथ में 10 उंगलियां है, मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगता है. प्लीज और देना प्लीज.
नशा हमारी युवा पीढ़ी जो कि हमारे देश का भविष्य है उसे अपनी चपेट में ले रहा है. यदि हमें अपना भविष्य बचाना है तो हमें अपने युवाओं को इस अंधेरे से दूर ले जाना होगा.
According to recent stats, there is about 94% of the addicted population which didn't receive proper treatment in the year 2021. It's high time that we all help those in need.
अब वक्त आ गया है भारत की युवा पीढ़ी को सही रास्ता दिखाने का अब वक्त आ गया है भारत को नशा मुक्त बनाने का एक अर्थ पेश किया है इस नौजवानी में प्यार सा नशा हुआ था इस नौजवानी में प्यार सा नशा हुआ था न जाने कब नशे से प्यार हो गया इस काबिले दुनिया में तुम नशा क्यों ही करते हो इस काबिले दुनिया में तुम नशा क्यों ही करते हो है जो नूर सी फितरत तुम्हारी तुम खुद ही से प्यार क्यों नहीं करते शुक्रिया शुक्रिया
So let's join our hands together and make a collective promise to make India a drug-free country. Thank you.
That was indeed a stupendous performance. Continuing with this line of thought, and after this extremely thought-provoking performance, we shall now screen a short video on drug prevention by Indian Red Cross Society, which focuses on drug addiction in schools.
तुम्हारा स्टेमिना बहुत अच्छा है। इस बार आई थिंक
क्या हुआ? क्या हुआ सिलेक्शन का?
नहीं हुआ सिलेक्शन।
कोई बात नहीं, प्रैक्टिस के लिए तो आओगी ना?
नहीं, शायद कुछ दिनों के लिए नहीं आऊंगी। आई डोंट थिंक सो।
नो विदात, तुम जानते हो उसका परफॉर्मेंस इतना अच्छा नहीं है।
डू समथिंग ना सर, वरना वो डिप्रेशन में चली जाएगी। और उसके घर में उस दिन कुछ प्रॉब्लम्स चल रही थी तो उसके
नहीं, अभी चलो पूल में।
ब्रीदिंग के टाइम पे तुम्हारा मुंह है ना, वो थोड़ा ज़्यादा बाहर आ रहा है, तो ट्राई करो कि वो थोड़ा कम बाहर आए और ब्रीदिंग अच्छे से हो।
मुझे लगता है तुम्हारा स्टेमिना बहुत अच्छा है। इस बार आई थिंक यू गेट अ मेडल। Hi, happy birthday.
थैंक यू।
This for you.
हैप्पी बर्थडे विधान।
Happy birthday, Vedant.
हैप्पी बर्थडे टू मी।
तेरा बर्थडे गिफ्ट
नहीं यार,
लेना यार, तेरा बर्थडे गिफ्ट है।
हैव इट ब्रो। नाइस।
कोई नहीं चल। एक और बार खींच। और पी। रिकॉर्ड रख ले, चल। लास्ट चल रिकॉर्ड।
तू ये ड्रग्स के चक्कर में मत पड़ा।
हाँ नहीं। हे विधान, व्हाट्सअप में बस बढ़िया। कैसा है? हाय।
You want to try something new?
आइसक्रीम खाने चला? मैं जा रही हूँ।
विधात
सी तो मैजिकल, तुम भी ट्राई करो ना।
नहीं
यार, इट्स अ ब्यूटीफुल एक्सपीरियंस, लाइक यू शुड टेक इट।
नो विदात।
हाउ कैन आई कनेक्ट एंड शेयर माई फीलिंग्स विद यू? एक बार ट्राई करो ना।
टेल मी ना, आई कैन गेट इट।
नहीं, मैं ऐसे नहीं समझा सकता।
बोलो ना।
यू डोंट ट्रस्ट मी राइट?
आई ट्रस्ट यू।
नहीं, तुम मुझे ट्रस्ट करती हो, तुम ये ले लेती ना।
विदत को बोलो आकांक्षा है।
विधात, आकांक्षा। क्या हुआ? इतने दिनों से स्विमिंग क्यों नहीं आ रहा है?
कुछ नहीं, मैं अपने सोसाइटी स्विमिंग पूल में प्रैक्टिस कर रहा हूँ आजकल।
झूठ मत बोलो।
मैं झूठ नहीं बोल रहा।
ये तुम्हारे चेहरे को क्या हुआ?
कुछ नहीं, ठीक तो है।
यू लुक टेरेबल।
तुम्हें लगता है कि मैं खराब हूँ, इसलिए ऐसा दिख रहा है।
विदात, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है। मैं फाइनल्स के लिए प्रैक्टिस करने वाली हूँ। आई रियली मिस यू।
यू डोंट ट्रस्ट मी, तुम मुझे मिस कैसे कर सकते?
विधात, 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 विधात।
विदात कहाँ है? विदात कहाँ है?
MCU के पास है।
नहीं, वहाँ तो नहीं है।
I'm sure this movie would have touched the core of our collective hearts. I would now like to invite Lieutenant General Arun Kumar Sahni to address the gathering and share with us his words of wisdom and inspiration. Over to you, sir.
Good morning, namaskar, Jai Hind to all of you out here. Firstly, I think undoubtedly before I say thanks, I think this movie itself, and I think the local act that was done by the students, I think actually touched the core of our hearts and actually made me cry for the fact that some of the best tend to get waylaid by people who are not interested in this. Yeah, it's tough enough. Can I use this? So firstly, may I start before I come back to the issue itself that was debated, shown in the movie and acted by the students. Firstly, express my deep gratitude to the chairperson, for the Indian Red Cross for having started this program. I think, ma'am, it's absolutely outstanding. We in uniform ourselves are suffering from this. I think because today you get this young youth that joins the army, goes back to border states. You actually have a problem today. A lot of them getting waylaid by terrorists and getting waylaid by the terrorists. And this is really a challenge for all of us. And I think the program is essential. One is to make awareness, and I think nothing like an audio visual to convey a thought to the children. And I think you'll all agree with that. That when you see a thing like this, you actually realize that before you take the first step, there is need for you to wake up and start looking and be addressing the issue. So firstly, let me ask, out of the children out here, how many of you fond of sports? Yeah. But this is dangerous. I mean, if you've got small kids and don't have sports, then I think that's it. And I'm not talking about playing video games. That's not the yeah, all those who play. You need to see some of you playing that. How many of you know of Sheetal Devi? How many of you know about Sheetal Devi? You would have heard about it last. We just had the Asian Games 2023 Paralympics. Did any of you see that? The Asian Games? Okay, so just if you now recollect, let me just take your mind back to it. In the last, about the end of October, beginning November, you must have seen this young girl who's 16-year-old, does not have hands, but won the archery competition, won 2 golds for the first time. How did this girl do it? She was inhibited, she was challenged from the day one, and all of us sitting here in the schools here are empowered because our parents have given you this opportunity to come and study. Now that child who was born without hands had the passion to be somebody. And that passion is what drove her to be able to get 2 gold medals, get a Commonwealth, a team event medal, and really make a mark for herself at the age of 16. So what is it that drives you? And today, education in school gives you this great opportunity to open the doors of the world for you. It empowers you to achieve what you aspire for. And the great part is that your generation is a lucky generation that is growing up in an India which is in a different realm. You've all seen what has happened here. A country of opportunity. And a country where tomorrow you're stepping in, the options for you to select whatever you want is there. You don't have to be dogmatic in a particular line of work, but whatever you decide, whatever you aspire for, as long as you became a domain expert in that, you've got a place and space in this world. So please remember that there will be opportunities, occasions where you will get waylaid. The answer of a boy is like or a child is to be like a phoenix which rises from the ashes and starts all over again. Undoubtedly, this is the age where you and I will get attracted to the wrong things. It happens, it's part of growing up. I did all the wrong things. I studied in Sardar Patel for about 3 years when my father was in the army. And we did all these wrong things of wanting to get out and try. And that day, unfortunately, we didn't have such corruptible practices. And you still wanted to have a smoke, you did it. But then you realize that is that the way you want to go? Because it was a choice between sports and games and wanting to achieve something. So when sports was the criteria, you found that this was not the answer for you. And as I want to just take you back, life is like a game of cricket. And you'll have the ups and the downs. But at the end of the day, I want to be Virat Kohli. I don't want to be somebody who's forgotten. I want to be a Dhoni. Isn't it? That's what you all want to be. You want to be Rani Rampal, who got the gold medal for the women's hockey team. That's what you girls need to be, boys need to be. This is just in the area of sports. But sports gives you the opportunities of a high and low. And schools will give you a high and low. You'll have peers where you suddenly find that you haven't got the aspiration. You felt you were better, but you somehow never scored. That doesn't mean it's the end of the world. There is a new day. And please remember, all of us were born with a mission. And fortunately for all of us, we selected the parental and the environment we wanted to be born in as a soul. So it's a journey of your life. You will have the good and the bad. But I think at the end of the day, as I said, you come out shining if you are strong and resolute and confident about yourself. And this is what the school gives you. What do we do in the army when you have challenges like these? We have a great system called the buddy system. And what is the buddy system? That people who come from the same area are clubbed together, they go on leave together, they come back on leave together, they look after each other. And this is what happens in school. Today you will have peer pressure if you're a bright student, they'll call you a nerd if you're too educated, you're too much in the sports, they'll try and look at you differently. What do you need to do? You need to have another friend who's there as your dhal, as your support structure, who will tell you when you start doing things wrong. When people are telling you the wrong things, he'll be the guy who will tell you, listen guys, you're good, yeah. You don't have to worry about what the people are saying. And if you're trying to get waylaid by somebody who's trying to take advantage, which you will find, because drugs is an issue which you can't keep away from, you can't be protected from it. But the answer is that you have to be in a strong network of friends and there's only one place where you're allowed to snitch. Snitching is bad, that's what they say. In school you don't do it. But if you find a friend, you find a colleague, you find a wrong thing happening in your environment, somewhere in the school, somewhere outside the school, I think it is your finding duty to be a snitch at that stage. You must come and tell your teaching staff, must come and tell your elders that this kind of an activity is happening in that area. And if you do that, let me assure you, it's indeed a bright future. Today your path of a resurgent India. You're part of a country which is rising. The G20 itself spoke of it. Indeed, all of you saw a bit of it. It just showed how the country is growing. People in the world wanted to come and talk to you, want to meet your Prime Minister, want to see what India is doing. And as you're aware, we are the fastest growing economy. The greatest opportunity, one of the greatest strengths of our country is that this young generation, your generation, the millennials, the Gen Z, what is it that you have which we didn't have? Your domain expertise is far superior than ours, far superior than ours. Your commitment to a particular skill is tremendous. So please don't worry. As you're growing up, you will find opportunities which will come your way. And if you dedicate yourself and look at 3 or 4 things which I think are very essential today in life. The first thing is, please remember that because you have information, it's not knowledge. The Google University gives you an answer to everything that you want. But I'm sorry, please read books, because with books you also get knowledge, but you also get educated on the ethics, the values, the systems that were existing in that area. So please look at your knowledge and your education not only as information, but as an wholesome, rounded study that you have to do. The second thing which I must tell you is, please remember, being connected on WhatsApp, on social platforms, Instagram, is not really making relationships. Relationships are made here in school. Today, when I see my wife, when I see ourselves 40, 45 years ago, we moved into the academy, we still are the best of friends. We are the guys who hold each other. If somebody is down, we are there to hold his hand. And this is what the bondage of school does. And these bonds are made here. So please spend time to talk to each other instead of just sending social messages. Hi, I'm here, good morning, good to see you, I'm eating something and I'm doing something. So I think the social media connectivity is not going to give you a relationship. Relationships will be what you develop here and meet with each other and talk to each other. And the last thing which I would like to leave with you is, remember, material gains, parents will giving you a known shoe or a known make of this is not what is going to really make you happy. Happiness comes from within. Happiness comes from the environment you live in. Happiness comes with the achievements that you do. Nothing speaks like success. Why is that line given to all of us? That if you try and achieve, and you don't have to be, everybody can't be number one, but let me assure you, everyone has qualities which are number one, which the other guy will vie for and will envy you for. So please at all stages, remember, do not think that getting material gains, getting yourself identified with the best of brands is going to give you happiness. No, happiness will come when you have achieved something from within, you have achieved something on your own, you have achieved things with your team, achieved things with your classmates, achieved something for your school. I mean, I've just seen here the kind of activities that you've done in the school activity. That's what gives you a lot of pleasure. That's what gives you the identity and a feeling of achieving something. So please concentrate on that. You will get, when you're driving on the road, accidents happen. But accidents happen because you're being careless, you're not being conscious of what you're doing. So please, while in school, while you're walking the life of 1 to 11 to 12, you will get waylaid, and it's friends and family that will ensure that you come out with the best. I know parents have challenges today. There is a lot of timing, as I say, quality time with the child. But I'm sorry, please don't worry about quality time with the child. The friendships and the bonds that you build up in good schools, where the teachers imbibe the right values, is what is going to take you forward. And remember, who's seen Sam Bahadur just now? Have you seen Sam Bahadur, the movie? Yeah, I can see some of the end of that. What did you see in that? Sam Manekshaw, when he was general, had the whole world against him. They had a court martial to be done that he's anti-national for all the activities that he had done. But he did sort of flicker an eyelash and sort of pack up and say, no, I think I need to have a drink because I need to get out of this depression. Sorry, he fought the system. So get that resoluteness and you will get that confidence in yourself, and you will find that the world is easier to achieve. 6 qualities that you must remember, the 6 C's I would say. Have competence. Competence comes from reading well, studying well. Not by coming first, but by getting knowledge at the right level. That is, if you come first, that's an add-on, but the rest is fluid. Please make sure that you have compassion for each other. That means compassion is not being sympathetic to him, but empathy for him. Respect him, respect all the people who are around you. You will become a good leader, you'll be a good human being, you will be liked by everyone, irrespective of what you do or what you achieve. The third thing that you must have is communication skills. You should be able to talk to each other. It's not my WhatsApp that is my communication channel. It is how I speak to each other. My non-verbal, my verbal skills. So please look at that. And the other thing is, you must have an aspiration. Aspiration, however small or big, is not important. But whatever that aspiration is, please work hard for it. Because with that aspiration, if you aim for the skies, and even if you get the stars, you'll be very well off. So please remember, work hard for that. And the last thing which I would say, have courage of conviction. And this is where I talked about. When you see things wrong happening, you must share it with the friends and people around you, so that it does not become a kind of a malady which sort of permeates your school and your society, and you lose friends and people. So gentlemen, kids out here, all of you, you've got that fire in your eyes, you've got that fire in your belly, you have the passion, you have the right environment to grow. With a great team of teachers that I met just now, your principal leading a great team. I think you guys are on the right lines. Just carry on, work hard, look after yourself, and be buddies to each other. Don't let the other guy falter. If I don't get marks, good marks in the examination, please hold his hand. It doesn't mean that you have to laugh at him, but hold his hand and make him walk that extra mile. Share with each other, and as I said, everybody says sharing is caring. So that's to answer the mantra that you always about. God bless you guys. Do well, and all you young children, let me say this is a new India, a new horizon. Our Prime Minister emanates and identifies that. Look at the humble background, but he's changing the mindset of our country. He's taking us into a different era. You had Abdul Kalam who came from there and became an icon for the world. So between these parallels, you just need, there's a great space, and each of you can carve an island of excellence around you. An island of excellence has this bad habit of also becoming larger than an island. It will grow into a kind of a pandemic, and it will extend, and you will have goodness all around you. So God bless you all. Delighted to be with you all. And thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you to the principal. Thank you to the management board.
I'm sure your motivating and profound words shall leave an indelible mark on our young listeners. We continue our journey with an interactive session on prevention of drug abuse by Dr. Jitendra Nagpal and his team, Ms. Aprajita Dixit. Dr. Nagpal's expertise and dedication in the field are highly commendable, and we are privileged to have him here with us. I request our young minds in the audience to engage with Dr. Nagpal and share their thoughts and experiences about today's events. Over to you, sir.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Very good afternoon, adolescents India. Good afternoon. How many are adolescents here now? We can see very few hands. Okay, can you all stand up? Only the adolescents. एक बार हम खड़े हो जाएं 2 मिनट के लिए. You remember the थोड़ा freshen up हो जाएं. First of all, a big hand for Lieutenant General Arun Sahni sir. Thank you, sir, for being the great soldier to transform the thinking of young people in India. Okay, how many of you ever gone to National Cadet Corps? NCC में रहे हैं आप लोग कोई? Wonderful, great. NCC में कैसे welcome करते हैं? You remember that clap? Rhythm में. Faster. You like that, sir? Thank you so much. आराम से बैठ जाओ. I think that was important for the noon of 12th December. A wonderful beginning. We are indebted to, heartfully thankful to the Indian Red Cross Society Delhi branch for taking the awareness program on drug abuse prevention forward. I'm sure ये केवल दिल्ली के लिए नहीं है, ये इशारा हमारे पूरे देश के लिए है. And we are a proud nation, ladies and gentlemen. We are thankful to Honorable Sangeeta Saxena ma'am, Honorable Isha Khosla ma'am, and the entire Indian Red Cross Society Delhi branch dignitaries who are here to grace the occasion. We are indebted to Tanya Doshi ma'am, and a big hand for all the teachers and students of the Indian school for making this dream a reality today. I'm just asking you, and we'll take just couple of minutes on that interaction. किशोर अवस्था क्या है? कोई बता पाएगा हमको? किशोर अवस्था, adolescent. I can see only one hand. बोलना चाहोगे आप? बताइए. जोर से बोलना आपको.
मेरा नाम आयुष है.
कौन सा स्कूल है आपका?
गवर्नमेंट बॉयज सीनियर सेकेंडरी स्कूल नंबर 1.
वेरी गुड, थैंक यू. बताइए.
10 से 20 साल के बीच में किशोर अवस्था होती है सर.
ओके, बिग हैंड फॉर यू. आई थिंक आप बिल्कुल सही कह रहे हैं. धीरे धीरे जिस तरह के हालात हैं, थोड़ा एक साल बढ़ जाएगा किशोर अवस्था. 19 से 20 भी हो जाएगा, बट 10 to 19, wonderful. We are so happy. Okay, anybody can tell us why this important topic does it require discussion? Are adolescents going through a change where they are vulnerable to drugs? And is it a great challenge for the country and Delhi as a state also? Anybody? अभी तो आप लोग फ्रेश हो गए हो. You want to tell something? आ जाओ सामने आओ, जल्दी आओ. Why do we need to take this topic with your leadership? सानी साहब ने competency एक बहुत बड़ी बात कही, compassion है, communication है, caring है, but the topic is vulnerability. Tell us, you want a mic? You have mic, okay? आप आ जाइए, please. But we also want to know, before we have some wonderful slides shown to you by made by the Indian Red Cross Society. Come the secretary. You know the question?
So the first thing that comes in my mind when we talk about drug abuse, the vulnerability of drug abuse, is peer pressure. The thing is that when friends force you, we show conformity and we try to accept it. So let's take a hypothetical example that when our friends are forcing us to use drugs, to take drugs, we show conformity to them and we try to take them, because when we think that when the group is forcing it on us, then there must be something true in it, there must be something right in it. The second thing can be stress. Many of these students think that their family stress, their academic stress, using drugs, taking drugs can help them cope with it. The third thing can be that media influence. Many of the content on media, on internet, is justifying the drug abuse, justifying the drug use, and they are even mentioning that these things are harmful.
We will just ask all of them. Very important point she brought forward. Is media, through some advertisements and some programs, occasionally justifying drug abuse? Hota hai, sir? You agree? Very good. Very good. Would you like to tell how? There are so many advertisements, there are so many films in which indirectly or directly the whole idea about substance gets perpetuated. Very important. You were discussing in your Nukkad also. We saw that. And a lot of good paintings have come up today where how media wrongly influences the use of drugs. So it's not about young people, it's about the grown-ups also. Our policymakers, our planners need to help us understand the availability and accessibility to drugs. जो समाज में बड़ी आसानी से मिल जाता है नशा, जो अफोर्डेबल हो जाता है, जो एक्सेसिबल होता है, ये बताना चाह रहे हैं आप?
Yes, sir.
Anything else about how does peer pressure work? We don't know how does peer pressure work and why does it work? Family pressure भी तो होना चाहिए ना?
Yes, sir, but actually, the thing is that students, they usually listen to their peers rather than family.
Why?
Because they think that peers are more trustable and they are more close to them. They think that having their close friends, and if they don't agree with them, then the peers might turn around and they might not be friends together once again.
I think I can see one more hand who wants to come forward. Thank you so much. You gave us a very good idea. Please give her a big hand. Reasons तो इन्होंने बता दिए हमें. नतीजे क्या हैं? नशे से परिणाम क्या है? you'd like to tell us something about consequences. What happens?
Of course, when you look at the consequences of drug use, you have to consider two different aspects. Consequences for the individual who himself is engaging in the drug use, and the consequences for the people around him, which is often ignored. We talk about illnesses, we talk about the incapacity that comes from recreational drug use, which in itself is an oxymoron because recreational drug abuse renders you unable to do anything recreational further in life. But that is the thing. This drug abuse is not only limited to the individual, it has vast spanning effects on society, on the people around them. Because even though the beginning of drug use, which comes from peer pressure, ends up isolating you from your peers, it ends up ostracizing you from society. You become more and more distant from your friends, from your families. And it also prevents you from expressing your inner feelings, from talking about your feelings, from seeking guidance. And that is the thing. Drug abuse may give you dopamine for another 60 seconds, but further it renders you unable to experience that feeling of true happiness again.
Can you repeat it for us? Is it true that all this can happen as a behavioral change? Do you see responsible behavior in young people who take drugs?
Of course, because when you look at the effects of drugs, what they do is they effectively lower your inhibitions, they lower your ability to make wise choices, to make good choices. And that is what results in all these effects, irresponsible behavior, when you are no longer able to make proper decisions. When you look at being idle for long hours, sudden mood changes, irritable argument, that hormonal imbalance, that rise in dopamine, that fall in dopamine that comes from drug abuse, the mood
Why would
swings.
somebody be lying, cheating, deceiving? ये क्यों करना है? Why should adolescents do that or take drugs? They do that
to seek drugs themselves because they're in no way accessible through normal means. So they have to resort to crime, they have to resort to lying, cheating, and deceiving in order to access these drugs. And that is another consequence of these drugs. When you look at frequent fights, aggression, violence, relationship problems, all of these further stem from this effect of drug abuse, which is the more in susceptibility to criminal acts, which is the more susceptibility to seeking drugs through these kind of criminal acts.
I'm very happy you mentioned the word criminal act. आप में से adolescents में से juvenile justice act के बारे में कोई जानता है? You know? Have you heard of it?
Yes, sir. Juvenile Justice Act actually allows juveniles to be tried in court.
Of course, it is for protection mainly. Yes. But what do you mean by adolescents? अगर किसी crime में involve हो जाते हैं, तो क्या उनके लिए कानून मदद करे या कानून उनको help करे बदलने के लिए अपने behavior को? Is that the purpose of JJ Act? Does it help for drugs also?
But in its essence, it has its pros and cons because it allows people to get away with it. It allows people to get away with drug abuse. On the other hand, it also promotes people to come forward without fear of consequences if they want to seek help, if they want to stop this habit. So again, both sides to it.
So why this is important? Because when we were discussing in the Nukkad today morning, ma'am, it's very important that legal literacy in the schools to help young people understand that any form of drug abuse leading to problems of violence, bullying, reckless sexual behavior is going to be coming under juvenile crime also. So ये सिर्फ एक social या family की बात नहीं है, ये law की भी बात है. It was good that you reminded us of that. So please go back to your school and have workshops on how drugs can affect complete personal, family, social, everything. Can you tell us about the health cost? Does it affect the health cost of the country?
Of course, of the entire nation as well, the expenditure on health rises because of these vast spanning effects. And it's not just limited to one thing. As we can see on this slide, HIV, AIDS, psychosis, it affects your mental health, it affects your physical health, it affects you in multiple ways, and that leads to expenditure, that leads to further burden on your family and friends, and that leads to burden on nation and society as a whole.
At least 5 times higher sudden deaths are reported in youngsters even below 18 years. Please remember that. Sudden cardiac arrest is known in young people because the body is still maturing. It is not yet ready for certain dangerous things like drugs. Sudden nicotine intake, cigarette लेने के बाद youngsters collapse कर गए, ये बहुत सारे अखबारों में न्यूज़ आती है. आप लोग अगर न्यूज़ पढ़ते हैं तो ये भी जानकारी रखें. But we are so happy. Thank you for sparing your time and helping us. I'll invite Aprajita to give us a couple of minutes on the clinical experience of how this phenomena is actually a countrywide phenomena and नशा मुक्त भारत केवल एक संविधान नहीं है, हमारे लिए पूरे कंट्री के लिए ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन है. We are having the largest population of adolescents in the world. How many of you can believe this, by the way? How many of you are believing this, that you are the largest adolescents in the world? 10 to 19 years? Right. You are more than the entire population of America. Sir, you are more than the American population. Only this group. इसका फायदा है या नुकसान है? कौन बोलेगा बताइए जल्दी से एक लाइन में. आप करीब 32 करोड़ हैं. 24.8 population is adolescents of India. You are crossing almost the American population. Is it an advantage or disadvantage? Advantage? Anybody would like to say how? जल्दी बताओ. Population कहते हैं भाई कई बार advantage नहीं होती, बहुत population है, but आप adolescents, is it an advantage to India?
So first of all, it's a pleasure talking to you. And about when I answer your question, it is completely variable because when we have such a large population, we can either convert it into human capital like what Japan did, and either the other option for the adolescents would be they lead their future in sudden health, taking, consuming drugs that you already mentioned. So we should try our best to convert our population into human capital. That's my answer.
Thank you. Give a big hand. दोनों ओपिनियन बहुत बैलेंस्ड हैं. इस वक्त हमारे पास अल्कोहल, टोबैको, कैनबिस, ओपियम प्रोडक्ट्स, कॉफी प्लांट से जो निकलता है, एंड वोलेटाइल सॉल्वेंट. आज अब जब स्कूल से आए हैं और वापस जाएंगे, रास्ते में कई फ्लाईओवर्स हैं, कई चौरस्ते हैं जहाँ पे बच्चे ग्रीस, पेट्रोलियम प्रोडक्ट, आयोडेक्स, पेन किलर्स, बाम, ये सब भी खाते हैं. बिकॉज शायद खाना कम मिलता है या उनको ये पता नहीं कि इससे जो हाई मिलता है, एक नशे से जो स्टिमुलस मिलता है, वो ब्रेन डेथ पैदा कर सकता है. Volatile inhalants is the biggest challenge in our country in the poverty-ridden drug addicts. The rich man's opium and the poor man's opium. These are the tragedies. We are all going to be fighting together. I'm sure, ma'am, with your grace and help, we will take this forward to the entire country. And very important is, you said, we are the largest adolescents, right? And you are the largest demographic dividend. If you see the population, next, Pradhan Mantri बात करते हैं अमृत काल की, अब 2047 में अगर adolescents drug abuse control कर लें, you are the future policy makers of the country. Because if you are 1% into drugs, and by the way, more than 10% बच्चे हैं उसमें already, तो 32 के 10% तो 3.2 करोड़ तो ड्रग्स में ही हो गए. उसके बाद मेंटल हेल्थ की प्रॉब्लम्स और 5 करोड़ हैं. उसके बाद लर्निंग डिसेबिलिटीज हैं. उसके बाद क्राइम में है. सो 32 करोड़ में से 10 करोड़ तो आउट हो जाएंगे फ्रॉम द मेन स्ट्रीम लाइफ. So I think today's program is basically highlighting the importance of adolescence, and I'll ask Apriya to conclude with some good remarks.
Thank you so much, sir. I'll just take 2 minutes of all of you. In a video, there was a very impactful message. If you all saw it properly, you would understand that there's one boy who's compelling a girl that if you really trust me and if you really believe in me, then please take this amount and then talk to me, because then only you will be able to understand me. It is very important when we talk about management, when we talk about prevention, we do talk about refusal skills. No. Learn to say no, but it is absolutely important. You heard all the peer educators here talking that it has both physical impact, it has mental health impact, it really destroys, we really need to protect our society and all of it. So it will only start from saying that no, I do not want to do this. If we are having a celebration like this, and not a celebration where there is communication, when there is sharing, when there is talking, when there is playing, and this all is required, then नहीं यार, मेरा मन नहीं है आने का. आप स्टार्ट करेंगे तो आगे आपको सुन के और स्टार्ट करेंगे. और ये बात हमें याद रखनी है कि इस तरीके की जो भी चर्चा है, ये सिर्फ एक फंक्शन, एक ऑडिटोरियम, एक प्रमोशन के लिए नहीं है. ये चर्चा है जो आप अपने घर लेकर जाएंगे जब आप बैठ के चाय पिएंगे अपने माता पिता के साथ,
अपने भाई बहनों के साथ और वहां आप बात करेंगे कि पापा मुझे लगता है ये सारी चीजें बहुत गलत है। मैं जानता हूँ ये चल रही है, हो रही है, मेरे को देखने को भी मिलती है, बट मेरा मन करता है कि इस तरफ कोई भी ना जाए और कोई में घर का भी हर सदस्य माना जाता है। सो ये बातें जब आप अपने पेरेंट्स से करेंगे, आप अपने सिबलिंग से करेंगे, आप अपने फ्रेंड से करेंगे, the longer the message will be conveyed and the better it will have its impact. So it starts all from our home, it starts all from our neighborhood, and that's what we have to achieve. So such kind of videos, if you feel your younger siblings, your brothers, sisters, they don't tend to understand, they argue with you. Sit with them, show them the video, have a conversation of 5 minutes with them once a week, and I'm sure they will be able to understand that school जाके अपने tuition में कहीं जाके अपने दूसरे दोस्त को भी बोलेगा कि भाई तू भी मत कर। मैं जानता हूँ और आज कर रहा है। मैं अगर मुझे लगे ये दोबारा रिपीट होगा यार तो मुझे मैम के पास जाके उनकी सहायता लेनी होगी। तो complaining and blaming is not coming in picture. Protecting is coming in picture, and when that feeling is conveyed, your message is conveyed. That's all I think.
तो ड्रिंक्स के बगैर पार्टी हो सकेगी? अब ड्रिंक्स के बगैर पार्टी हो सकेगी? जोर से बोलेंगे और रिपीट करेंगे, ड्रिंक्स के बगैर ही पार्टीज होंगी अब। थैंक यू, जय हिंद।
ये नहीं, ये बता and it will help them make the right choice and avoid temptations that we shall certainly encounter in their lives. Music has always been an effective medium to convey powerful social messages. Music celebrates our school. Let us surrender the uplifting notes of the Indian school choir as they echo the sentiment, दरिया को या पहाड़ को टकराना चाहिए, जब तक ना सांस टूटे, जिए जाना चाहिए। Over to the Indian school choir.
कोशिश करने वालों की कभी हार नहीं होती।
I have the honor and privilege to invite our chief guest, Srimati Sangeeta Saxena ma'am, to kindly share her words of wisdom with our eager audience.
Greetings to all of you, sincerely morning, all my lovely children here, and to everyone present in the front. And to everyone who's joining this program via the live stream. I wish them all a very good morning. Before I start speaking to you, you have to tell me, how are you? Are you all good? How are your studies going on? And are you all looking forward to the winter break? I'm so glad. I'm sure all of you have some special programs for the break. Dear students, you have just heard and seen how drug abuse has become the most common thing these days, and how people, especially youth, are playing and destroying their lives. Nothing more needs to be told. All the eminent people who've spoken there have given you all the insight into the menace of drugs. And I'm sure all the knowledge has penetrated your hearts and minds very well. At the end, is it all worth 1 minute of fun? Is it all worth? No, you would say absolutely no. And now you all know why. Why? There's no point in spoiling your life, your health, is it? This is why it has become very important to raise awareness among children against falling prey to drugs. Firstly, it can be fatal, and secondly, it is illegal. One might end up succumbing to the disease, to the drugs, and might also end up behind bars. But then you would ask, then why do people do it? And we all know the reasons so well said on this stage this morning. Some do it for fun, in peer pressures. People dealing in drugs need to create a network, so they are always on a hunt for vulnerable people like you to create that network of passing on the drugs further. Some do it out of stress, some do it due to lack of support and disorders in families. Sometimes it is also poverty and lack of money because some of us earn some quick money by selling drugs. So it really pains me to see how children suffer once they are into it. And sometimes the situation is so bad, even rehabilitation is not. It's failing. So my dear children, please beware. Think twice and act smart. Refuse it right away. Whenever it is offered to you, just say a big no, loud and clear. And if ever you encounter any such incident where you see people taking it or people trying to advise or sell, you are supposed to report it to your teachers, your principal, your family, the friends whom you trust. I'm also one of your friends. You can write to me and I will take care of it. The Delhi police is strictly monitoring the sale and consumption of drugs in 100 meters of educational institutions. This drive has sealed about 45 pawn shops selling drugs on the instructions of the Honorable Lieutenant Governor. You will be surprised that I tell you that in the last 1 year, 15 tons of drugs have been confiscated and destroyed, which amounted to 5,000 crores. अगर ये 5,000 crores किसी अच्छे काम में लगता, कितने हॉस्पिटल, कितने स्कूल बना सकते थे, है ना? ड्रग्स में हमने क्या किया? इतना सारा पैसा लोगों ने बहा दिया. So understand the sinister design of the neighboring countries in pushing drugs across the border. They want to weaken the useful country and powerful country that India is today. This is warfare. You don't always need guns and tanks and bullets to fight a war. This is and you have to be aware. Our Prime Minister and our Home Minister, they have issued instructions of absolutely zero tolerance to it. My dear children, I trust you. You are the pride of our country. Your family trusts you. And never betray. Do anything but never betray anybody's trust. And you must have heard a song. इंसाफ की ललक पे बच्चों दिखाओ चलते ये देश है तुम्हारा नेता तुम ही हो. So on your shoulder lies the future of our country. And I'm sure you all love our country more than anything else. With lots of love, all my buddies here, I want to wish you a Merry Christmas in advance and a very Happy New Year to all of you. Let the motto of your life be what? Be high on life, not on drugs. Love you.
Thank you, ma'am. We are requested to stay on stage, please. We take this opportunity to reinforce our resolve to say no to drugs in a relentless drive to make Bharat Nasha Mukt. By taking the adolescent pledge, we make the government of India's Nasha Mukt Bharat Abhiyan a huge success. I request Ms. Isha Costa, Honorary Secretary of Indian Red Cross Society, Delhi branch, to administer the adolescent pledge. Over to you.
Drugs and high to life. So we'll all take a pledge. I will request everybody to please stand up. आज हम एकजुट होकर नशा मुक्त भारत अभियान के तहत एक प्रतिज्ञा लेते हैं कि न केवल हमारे समुदाय, परिवार, दोस्त, बल्कि खुद को नशा मुक्त बनाएंगे, क्योंकि परिवर्तन भीतर से शुरू होता है। इसलिए आओ मिलकर अपने भारत को नशा मुक्त बनाने का संकल्प लें। मैं प्रतिज्ञा करती हूँ कि मैं अपने देश को नशा मुक्त बनाने के लिए हर संभव प्रयास करूंगी। जय हिंद।
I invite our principal, Ms. Tanya Dushi, to announce the results of the winners of the competition that were held in the morning. Over to you.
आपको रिक्वेस्ट थोड़ी देर के लिए यही रुकिए ना, यही रुकिए प्लीज। So we had 4 competitions, and after ma'am's speech, I will not say speech, message which has come from the heart. First of all, a big round of applause for her. आपने कहा आप बड़ी हैं, आप हमारी भी बड़ी बन जाएगी, बच्चों की तो है, हमारी भी बनी है आप बड़ी। So the first competition that we had was elocution, and I would request all 3 students who got the trophy, which has been sponsored totally by Red Cross. The 3rd position goes to Garvit of ITL. Not Blueberries International School. Anya Sharma of Mother get up on stage, and if we can even request the teachers to come up on stage. The 3 teachers, please come up on stage. We want to hear something in any program. इस मेरे ना गाड़ी आने पर रोकनी है। Competition and was going well. Third prize goes to Raina Valera of Tagore International UK. I would request the teachers to please accompany the student. Second goes to Suhana from the Indian School second session. And the first prize goes to Dia Berry of Vasant Valley. I think Vasant Valley is already there. So can I request the two other schools to please come up? Tagore International also there. Indian School second session. This is student here. Teacher, please come up. बताएंगे अगर बच्चा नहीं आ पा रहे please. Please accept the award on the child's behalf, please.
Second.
The third competition was Nugarnada. The third prize goes to Tagore International Vasant Behar. Are they here? They're not here. Can I request anybody from Tagore International EOK who's getting the first prize to accept the award on their behalf also? Is Tagore International EOK here? They are not here too. Indian School gets the second prize. Teacher from International School, definitely please join them on stage. Second prize. For poster making, the first prize goes to Harshita, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar School, Andrewsgate. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar School, Andrewsgate. Teacher, any teacher who's come with you? Second goes to Shiksha Dwivedi of the Indian School. And the third prize goes to Kushi from Government Co-ed School, Lajpat Nagar. Government Co-ed School, Lajpat Nagar, everything I Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Thank you, ma'am. So as customary, the vote of thanks. I thank all the students who have come here, both from the government school and from the private schools, all the teachers who are here. But my heartfelt thanks to Mrs. Sangeeta Saxena, who graced the occasion, sat here for so long, being the chief guest, who was very, very good. And thank you so much. Thank you very much, Red Cross. Thanks for giving us this opportunity, and I hope we get this opportunity once again. Thank you very, very much, Dr. Nagpal, for making our school the platform for saying no to drugs, because this is the need of the hour. And I thank all the dignitaries of the Red Cross who have come here and graced this particular event. Thank you so much.